Today, I'm creating a painting called Art from Heart to celebrate a very special moment on this channel. And this painting will stay with me forever. So stay with me to see the process of making this piece and why it means so much to me. But before we dive into it, hi, my name is Fifi, an abstract painter based in California and recently became a member of the Pacific Art League in the Bay Area. On this channel, I share my studio process, practical tips and thoughts for artists, and how I think through color and layers as each painting develops. So if you are new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of the upcoming videos. Before we start making art, I just want to say thank you so much. My latest video about turning my balcony into an art studio reached more than 2.4K views in just one day. And honestly, I was so happy reading all your comments and seeing all the support on the channel. It really meant a lot to me. I know I'm still at the very beginning of my journey, but this moment felt really special and encouraging for me as an artist. So today, I want to create a painting called Art from Heart to remember this moment and all the support and kindness you showed me. This painting is also my way of saying thank you to all my subscribers, viewers, and art lovers who support my channel and encourage me in my journey toward becoming a full-time artist. And this painting is not going to be for sale. I want to keep it here in my studio as a reminder of this beginning, this moment, and all the people who believe in me and support my art along the way. I'm also going to sign it and write the date of the day I posted that video, because for me, it was the true beginning of my journey toward becoming a full-time artist. So now let me take you through the full process of making Art from Heart. I hope you enjoy it.
This painting is going to be in 3 parts. Each part ends with a ready-to-hang stage, so you can clearly see how the painting transforms as I keep adding more layers. So stay tuned. This is part 1 of Art from Heart.
I usually start with water-soluble charcoal. First, I need to wet the canvas a little bit. Let me hit. Now it's recording.
Marking with a charcoal pen helps me break the fear of the blank white canvas I usually feel at the beginning of a painting. It quickly creates soft gray values, movement, atmosphere, and direction for the piece. Values can sometimes guide the composition even more than color itself, so it's good to practice thinking about them from the beginning. Here I'm adding white paint just to create more value variation and softer transitions in the painting. This early stage also helps train my eye and hand, and honestly helps me feel more relaxed before starting with colors. I know some people may think this step is unnecessary this early, but this is just part of the way I work. Now I'm adding green-gray. Muted earthy colors are really good as a foundation, especially if you're working on nature-inspired abstract paintings, because they create extra depth underneath the future layers. This color is actually going to play a big role in the feeling of the final painting. Just wait and see. One good thing about foundation colors is that they really affect how the upcoming colors react and feel on the canvas. That's one of the things I love about layered abstract painting. Even if you use the same favorite colors again and again, changing the foundation color underneath can completely change the mood and the feeling of the painting each time. I'm slowly building different value levels underneath before getting into stronger colors. This is burnt sienna. It's a warm and beautiful color. Honestly, I used to avoid this color in my earlier paintings. I didn't like it back then, and I never understood why so many artists love using it. But once I started experimenting with it more, I realized how beautiful it can be underneath brighter layers. Burnt sienna adds warmth, depth, and an earthy glow that makes the brighter colors on top feel richer and more alive later on. I hope now you're starting to feel the depth building once I began mixing these cool and warm earthy colors together, the green gray and the burnt sienna. Here I added some pale olive, but lately I realized it wasn't changing much in the values or color feeling. It was too close to the green gray I'm already using, so I decided not to continue with it. Here I'm adding this gorgeous green gold color. The moment it touched the canvas, it started glowing on top of these foundation layers, and suddenly the painting started to feel brighter and happier. It's one of the transparent colors I bought recently to experiment with. Honestly, I haven't used the transparent professional paints before. I used to create the transparent effect myself by watering down my paints or adding glazing mediums. But recently, I decided to try professional transparent paints to compare them to the way I usually work. And honestly, I have to admit they are so impressive. The glow and the way the color reacts with the layers underneath feel much richer than I expected. I'm now satisfied with the foundation base, but I'm thinking about creating even more depth. So I'm using black, I'm scattering black in different areas of the canvas and softly blending it with the layers underneath instead of using it in one heavy flat area. Especially in colorful abstract art, black can create a stunning depth when it's used carefully. What black usually does is push some areas back, help other colors glow more, and add a beautiful contrast that gives the painting more atmosphere and movement. Even these bright green gold colors start looking richer once the darker values enter the painting. So far in this tutorial, I already used 4 different ways to create depth in a painting. Comment below if you know what they are. I want this tutorial to feel interactive, and I'd really love to read your answers and thoughts in the comments. I also left a little cheat list at the end of the video. And don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Here I'm adding turquoise blue, but instead of using it as a color, I decided to use it to create a subtle texture by tapping on the canvas. Once the paint dries, it leaves a soft texture on the surface. This is actually a great way to add texture on your painting, even if you don't have heavy body paints or texture mediums. You probably get the idea of adding white by now. I keep adding white from time to time to create different value shifts while building layers at the same time. Sometimes adjusting the value is even more important than adding a new color because it controls how much light, softness, and depth you want in certain areas of the painting. Now I'll stop here and leave you with the music and the painting process to enjoy the remaining layers. There are still many more layers coming, so feel free to speed up the video if you like. I really hope this tutorial has been useful for you, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support my journey toward becoming a full-time artist. This is part 1 of Art from Heart, and I'll leave you today with the first finished stage of the painting. In part 2, I'll be using stencils to create more texture and depth. So don't forget to watch part 2 and 3 to see the final look. See you later. Bye.
Let me see it. Oh, I'm waiting for this area to completely dry because I'm thinking to use stencils uh, to add depth and texture. I like this permanent rose color. Yeah, it goes well with this one, the one that is hard to pronounce its name, alizarin, crimson hues. Hmm, crimson hues. I'll look it up and see how they pronounce it correct. What do you think so far? Yeah, I'll let it dry completely because I want to add, as I told you, I want to use stencils to add texture. See you later.